Hi. So I wanted to talk about how I manifested my getting my disability income. So the first time I applied was in 2018, sometime around like the end of the year. Um, but I applied and then um, didn't follow through with what to do um, after I applied. Like, I didn't do any of the other steps because mostly I was afraid I'd have to have a payee because I had no idea about like how um, disability income worked. But I've heard of other people having a payee where someone's in charge of your money. So that's what made me back out in 2018 of finishing the process. So I got denied that year. And then around 2000, um, I think it was 2000, 2020, the, yeah, it's the end of 2020, and I had left a job and um, yeah, um, at that time, and at the time I didn't take anxiety medicine. I had schizophrenia. I was taking schizophrenia medicine, but I didn't take both schizophrenia medicine and anxiety medicine like I do now. So yeah, so I wasn't fully prepared to go back to work. I was having troubles and stuff in 2020 at the end. So that's when I applied to Social Security disability again, the application. And that year, and that year, um, I decided I wanted to do whatever I had to do to get it this time because I think later on I learned, like from maybe some other year, but after 2018, I learned that like you don't have to have a payee or something. So that encouraged me to reapply in 20 end of 2020, and then I did that, and then after I applied, I got a questionnaire in the mail about my daily living um, and stuff like that, and essentially a questionnaire about like why um, it's hard for me to, or no, like why it's, yeah, like you tell about your troubles and stuff, um, but basically why you can't work. Um, and so, yeah, so I filled out that and um, I sent it back with the free envelope that they gave me in the mail to send back everything after I filled it out. And I put it in a blue mailbox. outside. I don't know what they're called, but I just put it in there, and then I waited, and then after that wait, I don't know how long I waited, probably like maybe a few weeks or a couple. And then they sent me in the mail, they sent me an already scheduled appointment to see a psychologist. And at first, I was hoping, or at first, I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get to the location that they scheduled it at, but I luckily at the time had a government phone, and I looked on Google Maps where the address was from the mail that I got with the scheduled psychologist appointment, where it was at. And I was like, hey, this is actually pretty close by. I can get to it on my own. So I told them at the time that I didn't need to do a video visit from home. I could walk there, or I took a bike at the time. But yeah, it was not too far away. So I went there and I answered all the questions. I told them up front what troubles I had with working, and they asked me if I had a history of schizophrenia. I said yes. And um, they asked me a bunch of other questions and stuff like that. So I answered them, best of my ability and honestly. And um, um, and then towards the end of it, I kind of asked, and I forget what way I asked, but I was like something along the lines of like, so when will I know that I got it or something? I said it something like that, and then like when will I know if I'm approved or not? And the psychologist was like, um, you'll find out in the mail or something sometime later. Well, he didn't put it that way, but he said, I'll find out in the mail when they send me the results or something. And and then he kind of slipped in that he diagnosed me with schizophrenia, like he approved my diagnosis or something. So I was like, okay, I like was smiling, and then trying to keep calm, or not keep calm, but I was happy that I was diagnosed with it because I do have it, um, and it just gave me hope. So yeah, that I would be able to get disability for the first time. So, anyways, I went home, and then sometime later, um, I will say this. In this whole process, I forgot to add, I did get some type of lawyer, but it was like a free lawyer where they take a fee out of your back pay when you get it approved, um, the disability income. But I don't remember which one it was, but I think what's most important is doing all the steps, like I'm saying. Um, but I don't think it matters like the specific lawyer that I use, but I used a free one. I didn't have to pay anything up front because I didn't have any income before I got my disability. So yeah, so I just wanted to add that just to make it understood. And so um, after that, um, and I will say, um, um, after that, oh yeah, after that, I went, I remember it. I um, called Social Security and called them one day around. it was before, or it was sometime in June of 2021, I think. Um, that's when I got approved for it. And so I was really happy. And yeah, I called them, just asking them, what I asked them. I was like, is there a decision made yet or something like that? And they looked into it. I waited patiently and then they told me it was approved. So that was good. And um, yeah, um, but I think the most important thing is that I was determined to do all of the steps that I needed to take to get it, and I finally did. And like there were two obstacles. The one with the payee, like I was afraid I'd get a payee or have to have one. I overcame that, and then I was also afraid that I wouldn't be able to get to the place. But then I looked on Google Maps on my government phone, and it was close by, you know. So I overcame that and was able to finish all the steps. And I sent the questionnaire, and this is out of order, but, but yeah, I sent that. Got Went to the psychologist appointment. They diagnosed me, and I got it. So yeah, just wanted to share this um, to anyone watching if they're trying to get theirs disability income. Um, and yeah, Sheila, thank you.